foster a safe space for white women like her to say the N-word. So really and truly, as a black community, we really need to reflect on ourselves and reflect on how we, open up our culture to so many people who don't respect us. What I'm not about to do is defend a racist white woman that says the N-word. However, I gotta call a thing a thing. I respect how Gretchen held her own in this episode. Hello, my beautiful stones and gems. Thank you for clicking this video. I am your host, Miss Mama Medusa, and this is the Medusa Show. Hi! If this is your first time clicking this video, welcome. And if you are a returning member, hey! We got some new subbies in the house. Welcome to the Messy Mafia, y'all. I am the HBIC of the Messy Mafia, the Stone Squad, all that. And before we get started, let's just start the show off right. Baddie, shot o'clock. Oh, Lord, okay. Woo! Don't get too used to me doing that, okay? I'm getting too old to be taking shots every week. But it's a 3-day weekend, so I said, why not? Okay, so the episode starts off with Mariah Lynn and Bianca fighting. No, not Mariah Lynn, child. I'm sorry. They're two peas in a pod. Bianca and Sapphire was fighting. Bianca snatched Sapphire's wig and put it in the toilet. There's really nothing to talk about outside of that. I'm going to be honest. I really don't care to speak about Sapphire and Bianca anymore. I really don't care about anything that they have going on. So I'm just going to just move on to what we really want to talk about, which is this fight with Gretch and Meatball. And really with Gretch fighting the whole damn house. I'm going to say this. I really do feel like they set that shit up with Gretch. I feel like they were going to fight her regardless if she said the N-word or not. I feel like Jayla and Natalie and somebody in production done hyped up this fight with Meatball and Gretch. I called her Gretch. Gretch, the white girl. Matter of fact, I'm just going to call her white girl. I really do feel like somebody got in Meatball's ear, put a battery in her back just like they did with Biggie, because it really doesn't make any sense why they're fighting. Either way, so you notice Jayla was in the corner like, so what you gonna do? And what you gonna do? And you young and turn and like hyping her up, putting 20 on 10. Like, I thought that was kind of weird. I love how Jayla is a big grown 30-something-year-old woman who, I love how you steady like attaching yourself to like young influencers. You did the same with Krayshawn on her first season. Like you steady like hyping the girls up to fight. It's almost like Jayla attaches herself to the most viral people. Like people who she knows gonna go viral. That's why she all up the Claremont twins ass. Girl, Jayla, I see through you, Jayla. You have some very disingenuous, opportunistic personality traits, and I see it all up and through. Y'all let me know if y'all agree. So yeah, Meatball says that pretty much when Gretch comes in, she gonna whoop her ass. And as far as I'm concerned, Jayla and Natalie hyped that shit up. But neither here nor there. As soon as like clockwork, we see the new girls. We see Stinkabella. We see It's Daya. And I forgot the other girl. Slim Too Bad. Let me say this about Stinkabella. I'm gonna be honest. I know in the beginning I was making fun of Tinka's, skin tone and the skin bleaching. I called her a bleaching gal and all these things. But honestly, all jokes aside, it's really not funny. Like, as a dark-skinned black woman, what I'm not about to do is make fun of another dark-skinned black woman who is suffering from, colorism and, trauma that comes with being dark-skinned. So I'm not gonna make fun of her. I don't think it's cool. I really, like I said, I hate the way her face looks. It looks horrible. It's Daya, Tinkabella, and Slim Too Bad arrive. And then after that, that's when Gretchen and DTB, Diamond the Body, arrive, right? Off bucks. As soon as Gretchen walks in, Meatball punches her in her face and sneaks her. Now, let's address this, right? I'm going to be honest. I don't like Gretchen. I'm not about to be no white woman apologist. What I'm not about to do is defend a racist white woman that says the N-word. However, I got to call a thing a thing. I respect how Gretchen held her own in this episode. pretty much the entire, first of all, she got snuck by Meatball. Meatball, you did sneak Gretchen, and that's why, honestly, you lost cool points with me. I'm sorry, I don't respect it. I don't respect that sneaking. I don't know what y'all definition of sneaking is, because Meatball was saying like, oh, I ain't sneak you. Yes, you definitely did sneak her. I think y'all think that sneaking somebody is coming up from behind and attacking them from behind. No, sneaking somebody is when you when you don't give somebody a fair chance to do their fair one. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, not if you hit somebody without giving them a chance to put their shit up, that's sneaking them. Like, yeah, if you just hit me out of nowhere, I got my bags in my hand, that's sneaking me. Like, you snuck me, and I don't respect it. I get it. If you really, and then especially considering the fact that Gretchen is literally 100 pounds soaking wet, and Meatball is literally 3 times her size, there's really no reason. And if you're gonna sneak a bitch, you best knock her the fuck out, and you did not do that. You snuck her and didn't even do no damage. Okay, so you lost extra points with that. Like, you weak as for sneaking somebody, but you even weaker for not doing no damage. Okay, so Meatball takes off on Gretchen. She sneaks her. Gretchen puts her shit up. And I'm sorry, I'm Gretchen. The way Gretchen handles conflict is the way I handle conflict. Gretchen said, if a want to fight with, what she said, she was like, if a want to fight every second, I got every second to fight. I know that's the right, bitch, because that's how I handle mine. I'm not above defending myself, especially when I'm being threatened. I'm not above it. I'm not above it. Okay, so Meatball takes off on Gretchen. Meanwhile, Tinkerbella and DTB over here in the corner, and they fighting. We gonna get to them in a second. Let's just talk about Meatball and Gretchen real quick. Okay, so the first round, she snuck her, so that's not really a fair round. But the second round, Gretchen was getting it in. Gretchen was holding her own, okay? And like I said, Meatball, you too damn big to be sneaking people and not knocking them the fuck out. I expect you to knock her the fuck out. So while all this is going on, Gretchen is really frustrated, this, that, and the third. And I'm not even gonna lie. The first time Gretchen said the N-word, I didn't even notice. Like, maybe it was just so much going on, but I didn't even notice the first time. The second time she said it, that is when I literally cringed. It was just like, that's not. Like, it reminded me of, like, that moment on The View. Like, no, that's not. Yeah. It was just like, you're, like the Claremont twins said, like, you're a little too comfortable. So she, she's going off, she's being attacked. And she's like, she's saying the N-word all crazy. And, Peep, because I done watched this episode so many times, I know it I don't even have to look at my notes. But you peep how at first nobody really had a problem with her saying it. Like, she said it a good 3 or 4 times. The only person that really had a problem with it was Jayla and maybe the Claremont twins. But Scotty, Meatball, like, none of them had an issue with her saying it. It just goes to show all of y'all are like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are so simple-minded. It don't take much to influence y'all. Y'all don't think, these hoes can't think for themselves, because like, y'all really were not offended until Jayla announced that she was offended. And rightfully so, because I would have been offended too, but I just think it's funny how once Jayla starts taking off on the girl, that's when everybody starts taking off on her. But nobody took off on her, even though she done said the N-word like 50 times. Nobody was offended. Not even the bitch that was being called the N-word, which was dumbass Meatball. And that's how I know that Meatball, this whole fight, this whole beef that you have with Gretchen is all contrived and it's not real. Because I would think that you would have a issue with her, with you being called over and over and over again. Like, but Meatball is from Philly, and the Puerto Ricans out here be saying the N-word real crazy. Like, honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even like it when black people outside of the United States say the N-word. I feel like if you don't have ties to African American chattel slavery, if you don't have black parents or black grandparents who grew up in America, then you should not be saying the N-word, because that is a part of African American culture. Us repurposing the N-word, that's an aspect of African American culture. That's not an aspect of that's not just like universal throughout the African diaspora. Okay? But we getting too woke. Some of y'all not ready for that conversation. But me personally, I don't think that any black person outside of the U.S., I don't think that if you're not black American, you shouldn't say the N-word. Another conversation for another day. So Gretchen is being attacked, and she's like, my N-word, my N-word. And the Claremont twins is like, yeah, you're not black. Like, please don't say that. Jayla was like, you're not black. Don't say the N-word. Now, this is where Gretchen fucked up, right? Gretchen. Like I said, let me say this, right? And I don't want to sound like I'm like a white woman, a racist white woman apologist. Like, that's not what I'm on. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, the people who empower Gretchen and white women and Puerto Rican women, white Puerto Ricans like her to say the N-word are black people. She's empowered by black people, specifically black men. We are the ones who foster a safe space for white women like her to say the N-word. So really and truly, as a black community, we really need to reflect on ourselves and reflect on how we, open up our culture to so many people who don't respect us. Because as you can see, this white woman is saying, oh, well, all the other black people in my neighborhood don't have a problem with this, so why do you? Now, Gretchen, this is what I'm going to need you to read the room. You're not in your neighborhood no more. I don't know where you're from. I'm assuming that you're from, like, the East Coast, because it's giving New York. It's giving, like, an East Coast tease, and which would make sense because a lot of New York people be saying the N-word out there real crazy. Like, so I get it. In your culture, where you're from, they say the N-word, and it's not a problem. It's not offensive, but you're not in your culture. You're not in your neighborhood. You're on Baddies Caribbean. You're around a bunch of black women. Read the room. And at the end of the day, they warned you. It's not like they just beat your ass out of nowhere. They made it very clear. They set the boundaries like, okay, well, you're not black. Don't say the N-word. And you double down on it. And that's where you up with me. I'm not even mad at you for saying the N-word, honestly, because, again, like I said, it's black people's fault for fostering a safe space for you to feel comfortable saying that word. But once it was brought to your attention that word was not acceptable in this community and in this environment, you should have read the room and you should have been respectful, and you should have respected those boundaries. But for some reason, well, I know the reason. You're used to being around black men. You're used to being around black people with questionable politics that let you just get away with doing and saying anything. And you really said with your whole chest, oh, well, I'm Puerto Rican. And that's what and I think that's so funny because that's very on brand. That's what they do out here. The Puerto Ricans, when you check them on their anti-blackness, when you say, hey, are you black? Like, you saying the N-word real crazy, they'll be like, I'm Puerto Rican, like that means something. It's weird. They like how Dominicans be. I'm Dominican. Like, okay, what the fuck does that mean? Thank you for letting me know about your nationality, but what that got to do with your race? Another conversation for another day. But these dumb assholes, they don't understand race. They don't know the difference between race, ethnicity, and nationality. That be whooping their ass every time. Anyways, Gretchen over here. So she says, I'm not even looking at my notes, girl. I told you I watched the episode so many times, I know it back to back. So she says, I'm Puerto Rican, and they're like, I don't care. Like, you can't say the N-word. And she's like, well, I don't give a and which is like so bold, right? Like, that's like really bold. Like, and then they're like, well, you need to. And she's like, well, I don't. And that was that. And it was up and it was stuck from there. And I couldn't even be mad at that. Like, this is another thing I want to talk about. Y'all remember I said I don't like Scotty? This is why. This episode is a primary example of why I do not like Scotland. First of all, why was Scotty trying to be the mediator this episode? Like, are you black or not? Like, I just think it was really weird. Is Scotty mixed? Is that what her tea is? Is Scotland mixed? Does Scotland have a white mother? Because that's what it's giving. Because I just don't understand why she was playing both sides of the fence. Like, why are you checking on this white woman that just called a bunch of black women the N-word? Why are you translating and mediating this conflict between this white woman and all these black women? If you're a supposed proud black woman that has Dominican in her, you over here talking about, oh, well, I have Dominican in me, so I can say that word. Can you? Because I already told you in the beginning of the video, I don't agree with that. You have it just because you got black. That don't mean that you can say the N-word. You don't have ties to chattel slavery. The bitch, what? And just all kinfolk ain't. Well, no, how it go? All skinfolk ain't kinfolk. And Scotland, you giving very much so skin and not kin. Especially the way you was running behind this white woman. Like, I just thought it was just very interesting. She's over here talking about, oh, what is she? Like, what is she? Scotty, bitch, what are you? Are you even black? It's giving one drop rule. Like, and if you are black, then why you not acting like it? Why you playing both sides of the fence? I don't like that, Scotty. Scotty, you give me one of them black women, one of those mixed girlies that foster a safe space for colorism. You give me one of them. You give me one of them women that if somebody was saying something racist or or problematic or colorist, you give me one of them women that's not gonna say nothing and just gonna sit there and I could even see you laughing with your ugly ass. I don't like Scotty. I don't. And Scotty's a fake ass. I just thought it was really weird how she just kept trying to like mediate the situation. Like, why are you trying to like foster a safe space for a racist that's literally calling a group of black women the N-words and like is like standing 10 toes down and being in her bigotry? Scotty, you a weak ass, fake ass. I have no respect for her. I'm sorry, I had to just put that out there. It's so much. So while because they fought a couple rounds while they fighting and they on the ground. Jayla and what's her name? Jayla and the white girl, the other white girl, because Mariah Lynn is also white too. Clock it. So Jayla and the other white girl, they're on the ground, they fighting, and Gretchen bites Jayla's chest. She bit the fuck out of her too, and everybody's like, "Oh my God, you bit her! You gotta go! She gotta go! Who bites people?" Let me tell you something. Hold on, let me take a sip for this one. Bitch, you put your hands on me. Hold on, because I need y'all to hear me. And I need you to hear me quick. I need you to hear me clearly. If you put your hands on me, I'm using everything in my power to defend myself. I don't give a damn if it's my hands, feet, nails, claws, teeth, elbow, any bottle, anything. I'm going to use anything and everything in my power to defend myself. Especially when I'm being attacked. And don't let me be attacked by a bunch of people. Yes. Like, honestly, I hate when y'all do that. Oh, no pulling hair. No doing this. No doing that. No biting. You do whatever you got to do to get that hoe up off of you. Like, I don't know how y'all I don't know where y'all from. Again, I don't know where y'all from. But where I'm from, if somebody puts their hand on you, you do whatever you got to do. So I don't know what y'all think this is. Like, y'all be, oh, she bit me. Yes, you attacked me. Yeah, like, it's literally fight or flight. What do y'all think? Like, I'm defending myself. I'm in attack mode. Y'all coming at me from left to right. I don't know what the is going on. Yes, I'm biting you. Like, sometimes when you're in that mode, when you're in that zone, you don't even know what the is going on. So no, I don't think that Gretchen is wrong for doing whatever she had to do to defend herself. Gretchen held her own. And honestly and truthfully, if we're being honest, for a bitch that got jumped on by the entire house or by like 4 or 5 different women, Gretchen left with barely a scratch on her. Like, she had a little scratch on her face and she was missing an eyelash. Other than that, Gretchen looked pretty normal. All them other bitches left with no wig, scratches, bite marks, blood. Gretchen did her big one. Gretchen held her own. Gretchen handled that. She handled it. I gotta give it to her racist dumb ass. She did that. Like, yes, I'm sorry. But yeah, so that was that. Okay. DTB and Tinkerbella get to fighting, right? Because they was fighting this whole time. Now, the first time they fought, nobody won, right? I feel like, now I will say, I'm gonna be honest, right? I like DTB, Diamond the Body. I think she's a not STV girly. I like her. She reminds me of myself. Like, I feel like she's like, the way she handles conflict is like me too. Like, bitch, win or lose, I'm still gonna get my one in. You feel me? Like, win or lose, I'm still gonna put my shit up. Like, even if you won, I'm still gonna put, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna say that, like, oh, I was scared. You know what I'm saying? So I could respect her for that. But honestly, DTB, you cannot fight. Like, you really are one of those girls, like, you're a pretty girl. You can't fight. You don't have hands. You look stupid when you fight. And so I just don't understand why you insist on doing something that you're not good at. Like, you over here, you know, the first time they fought, they were just grabbing on each other, so that doesn't count. The second time they fought is when Tinka tackled her to the ground and whooped her ass. I mean, I'm going to be honest, DTB, you better than me, because if you would have tackled me to the ground like that, girl, I would have put my hand. I'm sorry, I'm too delicate and feminine for that. Didn't I say in episode 1? Didn't I say that Baltimore and Philly are very masculine and they fight like men? There you go. You heard it here first. I told you. I'm telling you. DTB Diamond, she over here talking about, oh, I'm from Broward County. That don't mean nothing. Broward County girls are still feminine. Philly are not. I said what I said. I don't care what nobody say. Them Philly girls get down like dudes. If a Philly girl, like, not all of them, because some of them just like to run their mouth, but the ones that know how to fight, and a lot of them do, they fight like dudes. It's really bad. They was over there. I said in my notes that they sound like two bears colliding and crashing together. All you hear is oh. I'm trying not to be too hard. My fault. My camera ran out of memory. But I'm trying not to be too hard on Tinka because she is a dark-skinned black woman. But I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of her. I don't like her. I find her to be annoying. I find her to be cringy. Her confessionals. I feel like she's trying to go viral. And it's not giving. The same people that like Krayshawn, her first season, are the same immature, impressionable people that like Tinka. Like, no grown-ass woman is going up for Tinka. I bet you all her followers, all her stans and fans, they're going to be young as like teenagers. That's what she gets, even though she hasn't been a teenager in over 20 years. And then when she snatched old girl's wig off and then put it on top of Meatball. But like I said, Meatball is being groomed. Meatball is being coached. These old assholes like Natalie, Jayla, who else? Tinka. These women are they're hyping her up and telling her to do things, and they're not guiding her in the right direction. And I hate to see it. But yeah, that's all I got. Episode ends with them jumping in the pool and them getting naked in the pool. I'm not gonna lie, I thought that they was gonna fight in the pool, child. Cause I don't know about y'all. That's one thing about these girls that I can respect. You know, after they're done fighting, they do kind of sort of put it behind them and shit, just for the, you know, for the show or whatever. But me, you put your hands on me, it's up and it's stuck. Every time I get a chance to put my hands on you, every time, I promise you, every time I get a chance to whoop that ass, I'm gonna do it. Call me immature, call me toxic, but I'm sorry. Like, that's just the ultimate, no. We should be able to, like, if it ever gets to the point, I'm all about, you know, conflict resolution, but if it ever gets to the point where we start physically attacking each other, I'm never letting that shit go. But, yeah, y'all, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I hope y'all are enjoying this. Shout outs to the Messy Mafia. Shout outs to the Stone Squad. I will be back for some more. I'm going to go ahead and edit this video, and hopefully I'll have it up by the next episode. Make sure y'all click the like button. I need my likes. And make sure y'all give this video a thumbs up and click the notification button so y'all can hear every time I make a video. Y'all can be notified. And I'll be back for some more, y'all. I love y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Let me know what y'all like, what you didn't like, what you agree with, and what you didn't. And I'll be back for some more, y'all. Bye.